Hello, my friends. I hope everyone, first of all, had a wonderful resurrection, happy Easter weekend. Christ is risen. Oh, it's a blessing to have him in our lives, isn't it? I wasn't able to go to church this Sunday morning. I planned on it, and my dad ended up falling Saturday afternoon. So we had to get him to the emergency room because he needed an X-ray. They ended up doing a CAT scan. It was his side. It wasn't his head. Thank the Lord. But he tripped and fell over one of those horses. I always call them Charlie horses. I know they're not. There's the horse that you lay wood over and everything. And he fell. He tripped and he was out there in the shed messing around. He can't see good, so when he goes in there and does things like that, it was thundering and raining outside. So to know that he was out there was a shock to me. I was I lay down to rest for about an hour, and I was headed over there. I was actually getting my shoes on, and he called me about if anyone could do an X-ray today, and I didn't know what he was talking about because it was a bad connection. He was having trouble breathing. He hit his rib. At 97 years old, uh, more than likely you think he's cracked his rib. If anything, he's bruised it. Especially when he's saying it hurts when he takes a deep breath, and he was really panicky. So I immediately ran across the street. My husband was home, and we got him in the car and took him to the hospital because it's Easter weekend. Number one, the pharmacies weren't even open by the time we got out of the ER. Well, they ended up doing a CAT scan and said there was no cracks and no bruising, which is shocking because he's still, this is 2 days later. Wait, this is, yeah, 2 days later. He still can't take deep breaths. Mickey does it, but it hurts, and they've got him working on one of these little breathing machines so he won't get pneumonia for not because it's taking the deep breaths. But they did find something in his right lung. This happened on his left side, and when they did the CAT scan, I guess it did the whole lung. And down on the bottom, she asked if he'd been sick or something because it was like some sludge or something down there. I'm not really sure what it was. So it seemed like after that, that's all they seemed to care about. They wanted to give him some tramadol, which is an opioid, which I'm not too peachy about giving that to my dad because it lowers his heart rate. And he's already on a medication called Sotalol, and he's on a blood thinner that, well, the Sotalol will lower his heart rate anyway. So it did. It brought it down low 50s, and so he's just taking Tylenol now. And I'm telling you, I could have whipped. I was so upset. He's out there doing stuff that he just knows he shouldn't be doing. We've had some not bad fights or anything like that, but just arguments about him waiting until my husband or myself or my brothers or my brother in law could get over there and help him. He's very impatient. And I think this just isn't him. I don't know. If you're a caregiver or your parents, I've heard they are. They're very, he's sweet as he can be. Don't get me wrong. He's not really that demanding, but if he's got a project that he's come up with, that project takes precedence over anything. And he's going to get out there and do it. And we've had little words about it. And he said, well, I might as well just not even live anymore if I can't do things. And I don't want, so he does things. So, I mean, he can't drive or anything, but I have to let him, you know, go out there and piddle in his shed, and I don't like it, and I worry about him. But I guess it's like that mother hen in you. But because I keep telling him, Dad, when you fall and you break something, I'm the one that's going to have to take care of you, and that's how it's been. Thankfully, my brother Hawk, he my brother came over there, and sat with him yesterday afternoon, and that gave me a break. Just because I felt better if someone was there. I mean, today he's home. I went over there last night until 8:30. I stayed with him the night before all night, and I didn't get any sleep. But he slept better than I thought he would. Actually, he has to sleep in a chair though because it hurts to lay down. And it's just been a rough weekend. I missed Easter Sunday, which my husband and son still went, and I thankfully before this happened, I'd cooked almost all my dinner Saturday morning. This happened Saturday afternoon. I had even made my coconut cake, which he loves, my dad. So he got coconut cake, and he just was so happy. But this morning, I got him a primary care doctor because he's got VA, and he thinks VA is everything, and it's not. Because if you just need a doctor, um, he used to have one, but they just switched to a different type of. They don't do pills and refills and things like that. And he's got a heart doctor, and he's got an eye doctor, but just a doctor. I mean, the VA has been giving him the runaround on getting a walker. The man's 97 years old, and they want to go. I don't know. It's been 3 weeks ago, and they still haven't called him about it. And I called him about it 2 weeks ago, and she said she was going to get the doctor to do it. It still hasn't been done. So this primary care doctor said they will do it, and so we're going Wednesday for a follow up. Because my concern is that hospital was so busy, and they've gone down a lot. And on weekends, there's no one there to read the test. And he had a CAT scan, so they send it off somewhere, and we had to wait hours to get just the results back. And I'm more concerned that he, so it sounds crazy, that he didn't even get the right result back. For him to be like not even bruised, I don't even see a bruise, but it hurts him to take a deep breath. I mean, most people with meat on their bones, that might happen. He has no meat on his bones. So anyway, this morning I went, and he's been taking my antibiotics and my steroid, which he had to be on antibiotics and steroid because all it's Easter weekend. There were no, by the time we got out of the ER, when Saturday night, there was nothing open. The hospital had no pharmacy that he could get medicine from. So he couldn't even get his prescriptions. But I went to the doctor last weekend that last week for the cough I've had for 2 months, and got steroids and antibiotics. So I had some that they said would be okay for him to start taking those. And then I went this morning and got him his prescriptions. He seems upbeat and feel good. He seems good. He seems happy, and I just slowed him down a bit. But these falls, people, please, if there's any seniors out there watching this, I'm a senior, but he's a really big senior. He's 97. Um, he has no meat on his bone, so it'd take nothing to break a bone. Take your walker, even if you don't think you need it. I've not reached the point where I need one. I started doing a lot of exercises to strengthen my legs. Seems to be helping. Thankfully, I'm not in a lot of inflammation right now. It's probably the steroids that's doing it. But being being a caregiver of a parent is harder, I think, than raising a child. Because in many ways, they can be like a child, but they're in an adult body. So it's hard for you, as you get old yourself, to lift them, pick them up, and do for them like you did when you were younger. God knew what He was doing when He made you to raise young children. Now, grandparents, God bless their hearts. My grandchildren are 21 and 11, and I hardly see them. But I used to keep my granddaughter a lot when she lived here. And I was in my 40s all those 10 years, so it was a lot easier for me to do it. Now, if I had to do that at my age now, and caring for my father and my husband and our home, I don't know if I could do it. Not for a little one, anyway. I bless your hearts for those who care for your grandchildren and stuff, because many of you have to, many of you want to. I would love to be able to see mine and take care of them, like for dates and stuff like that. But I'm hoping my youngest son marries soon, one day. I don't know if soon. He has to find someone. But I would love to see after them, his children, because my husband would be here with me, and that we wouldn't mind doing that. I don't think, but I don't know. I don't know how I got off on that. But if you're watching this and you've got people caring for you, understand that they've got a life and they're trying to keep up their stuff. And I don't even get a lot of sleep anymore. So when he gets down like this by something that could be prevented, it brings your child down a lot. So you really need to think about that before you go out there and do things. I hear about this a lot. I hear about this a lot where kids will even, I mean, the parents will go get in the car and drive somewhere in their 80s and 90s when they're not supposed to be driving anymore. So the kids have to take the keys away from them. I haven't had to do any of that with my dad. He knows he can't see good anymore to drive, so he doesn't have a license to drive. But if he ever started doing that, it would be a horrible thing to have to take the keys away from him. But thankfully, he's not living with us yet. He lives across the street, and we're prepared to make a room into a bedroom if he has to come over here and start staying at night. But do you think about how hard that will be on me to keep him here at night and then take him to his home and try to. It's really difficult, and especially as you get older. And so many people put their parents in nursing homes. My daddy would die within a week if he went to a nursing home. Some people have to go because you physically can't pick them up and lift them and pull around on them. When you're younger, you might could have done those things, but I love my parents, and I felt like I've cared for them a lot of my life. Even my mom, she's been gone 12 years, but I used to do for her quite a bit, and because I wanted to, plus because she'd had cancer and all kinds of things. So in the hospital, she didn't want strangers bathing her and stuff. She wanted, I did. And I stayed up there at night with her. So my dad, who was in, especially the year she died, so he was 85, so he would go home and sleep at night. But I was a lot younger then. I was in my early 50s when my mom passed. Anyway, that's, I'm just, it's just a little talk about being a caregiver and how sometimes it's hard. But this one's gone over pretty well. We're not, I just need to, I think he's going to be okay. And I finally got him a primary care doctor, I hope. We're going to be going from there and getting his walker, and I want him to take that everywhere he goes outside, whether he needs it or not, whether he thinks he needs it or not. But I'm over there multiple times a day, and I call him multiple times a day. I take him many meals a day. My sister takes him meals. My brother takes him a meal once a week. And when I say a meal, it's the big lunch. It's a lunch that day. So it helps if all the kids do help a lot more. And the my sister would do more, but she's not well herself. She's older than I am, so it's hard on her to do a lot. And I know that. And plus, she's got grandchildren that she does a lot for too. So I don't have that right now. My sweet husband and my youngest son comes over. I still haven't seen my oldest son in almost a year. It's nothing I did. He says it didn't. He just knows that we're disappointed in him, and he doesn't want to feel that from us. He doesn't. So, whatever. Disappointment in what has happened. Sure, anybody would be, but I'm not that. My, I'm not that type of person anymore. I know when they were a little bit younger, I was so worried, but I'm not that type of person. He knows. He knows. He's old enough to know that he shouldn't do this, that, and the other. And all I can do now is love them and pray for them and be there for them. And that's what I'm doing. I hope you're all having a great day and have a blessed week. And I will talk with you later. Bye bye.